Alright, grab your flashlights, keep your backs against the wall, and whatever you do, do not hum that little Freddy's jingle, because if there's one thing we learned from this franchise, the moment you hear that little do melody, yeah, that's your soul leaving the chat. Welcome into Waxyz World, the place where we dive headfirst into horror movies like they're the ball pit at Freddy Fazbear's. Except, with slightly fewer corpses. And today, we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The long-awaited sequel your childhood nightmares have been saving a seat for. So let me set the stage here. I'm a pretty big fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Me and my son have been playing those games for a while. Maybe it's because it's a bonding experience with me and my son that I get to have, and maybe that's why I enjoy it so much, but I don't know, but I enjoy it, and that's all I gotta say about that. So listen, the first Five Nights at Freddy's was a moment, a cultural event, a jump scare parade, a movie that made you reconsider every pizza party you've ever attended. But FNaF 2? Oh buddy, oh friend, oh night guard applicant who should have read the contract. This sequel said, what if we made everything from the first movie more chaotic, more lore heavy, and cranked the haunted animatronic level up to 11? It's darker, it's weirder, it's more twisted, and it adds lore the way Chucky adds puns, aggressively and without shame. So okay, here's the official, non-spoiler plot info straight from the studio, so don't come at me with pitchforks. We follow Abby, now trying to adjust from the events from the first movie. Mike Schmidt still traumatized, as anyone would be after what I can describe only as a night shift from hell. But this time, the story pulls focus into deeper territory. We have a new location, new animatronics, new mysteries tied to the original missing children, and William Afton, he's still around in that metallic I should have died 3 times ago way that only true horror villains pull off. The whole sequel is basically, hey Abby, remember all that trauma? No? Well, guess what? Round 2, baby! So tonally, FNaF 2 takes everything the first movie introduced and goes way darker. Like the first movie was a spooky birthday party, the sequel is the birthday party where the clown is definitely possessed. It leans further into creepy atmosphere, painful tension, dream logic horror, and the mystery of why these animatronics are so murder enthusiastic. And shout out to the camera work. The way they frame some hallways, I swear my soul started buffering. You ever see a movie shot so creepy your body just goes, nope, I'm clocking out. Now let's talk acting. We have Piper Rubio as Abby, and she's basically the main character now. And that kid is acting like her SAG card came with batteries included. And Josh Hutcherson, he slips right back into that tired big brother, emotionally held together by coffee and trauma mode, like he never left. And Matthew Lillard continues to be the embodiment of my paycheck grows stronger with every sinister grin. He is having fun, being evil, like Joker energy, but with less face paint and more corporate liability issues. And I only wish somehow they incorporated more of him into the story somehow. Now let's talk about the animatronics and Chef's Kiss. The Jim Henson team deserves a raise, a medal, a personal pizza, something. These things look so good it's almost upsetting. They move like we're cute, but also, we will snap your spine like a glow stick. Yes, it's that kind of vibe. And without spoiling anything, if you love the toy animatronics, if you love the withered animatronics, and if you love seeing your childhood nightmares in 4K, congratulations. This movie will give you everything except therapy coverage. Now, on the scare meter, I give it a solid, my popcorn nearly flew across the room twice. It's not the scariest horror movie ever made. It's still PG-13, but it uses tension like a pro. The jump scares hit harder, the shadows feel thicker, and the animatronics feel meaner. And the sound design is straight up diabolical. If I hear one more metallic stomp behind me, I'm yeeting myself off a pier. Now, for my deep lore goblins out there, yes, this movie adds new pieces to the story. But more importantly, it adds pieces without making casual fans feel like they walked into a 6-hour MatPat video. It strikes a balance. Think, okay, here's some new puzzle pieces, but don't worry, there's a picture on the box. Now look, no movie is perfect. Even Child's Play 2, which is cinematic perfection, that should be hung in the Louvre Museum, has its little quirks. So here are my mild complaints. Some scenes run a little too long. A couple emotional beats feel rushed. There are 1 or 2 moments where the PG-13 rating said, no, you're not allowed to show that. But honestly, none of these really take away from the experience. Now, who is this movie for? If you love the first FNaF movie, you will probably eat this sequel up. If you love animatronics, boom, perfection. If you love horror that's atmospheric and creepy, but not a full torture fest, you're in the right place. If you love Matt Pat theories, you're already halfway through your popcorn. Don't lie. So what's my final verdict? Five Nights at Freddy's 2 tries to be exactly what a sequel should be. Bigger, darker, weirder, more emotional, more lore heavy, and more animatronics threatening to break your kneecaps. It's not flawless, but it's fun. It's stylish, it's spooky, and it proves this franchise still has so many jump scares left in the tank. And as someone who loves horror, loves animatronics, and definitely does not trust birthday mascots anymore, this movie delivered. But it's not good, it's not bad, it's worth the watch, especially for those who love the games. But if you never really played the games, a lot of the Easter eggs will go over your head. Like there was this one scene where you're in the office from the second game, and they have this mask you can hide your face in pretending to be an animatronic, and it had me laugh a little bit. But if you never played the games, like I said, that moment's gonna go over your head. So do with that what you will. You might even be better off saving your money and wait until it comes out on HBO Max or something. Alright, my fellow night guards, if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button like you're shutting a security door in a panic. Subscribe for more horror content, and remember, if you hear something behind you, don't turn around. Smile. This is Waxyz World signing off and surviving for now. Until next time, blah, we'll see you again. Peace.